I'm gonna be real. I did not vet this song, but it had a drop at a really nice point. Can't deny that. What's up, everyone? Thursday night, some more Indy Gaming League action coming your way. Alligator Soar is here with a triple header of matchups. All of them 3v3, all of them tier 3, and they are slightly different divisions. Actually, division 14, 15, and 16 all in tier 3, so this close to having a bunch of inter-division matchup. Bananas, what's up, my friend? Glad to see you here. Welcome back. We are getting everything set up. We do have information out of the captains for match number 1. We're set to start at the top of the hour, and y'all know what that means. We're going to get into some predictions and stuff for match number 1 and get the prediction up here. If I can type correctly, it is going to be Team Velocity Emerald versus not those guys, all caps. Actually, I made sure of that. I am not going to type it all in all caps because that is excessive, but I respect it. I respect the grind. I respect the hustle, and I respect these players. All of them coming out onto the pitch. Team Velocity Emerald are, oh my apologies, I got the scoreboard backwards on there. It's not those guys are the ones who are 1-0. Emerald are 0-1. We'll get that fixed up right here. We can fix that easy. There are no mistakes, just opportunities to improve, right? There we go. That's all. That's better. But Team Velocity Emerald, they did drop 0-3 versus Vital Instinct last week. They come in with 2/3 of goal per game, 1.5 saves, and 1/3 of an assist in their week 1 matchup. Not those guys. The ones who are 1-0, they got a 3-0 sweep over Latin 7 Orange. Latin 7, an org that I'm very familiar with, a bunch of good guys over there, but those guys are not those guys picking up that win with a goal and a half, goal or a save and 1/3 and 2/3 of an assist per game. Through it, the two captains, like I said, have been given the information. I'm excited for this. I'm also excited to see who comes up for Team Velocity. That is another org that I actually am familiar with. I'm familiar with the players on it, so it'll be interesting to see how they bring it out to the pitch. I'd casted Citri beforehand, and in another league in Team Velocity I've worked with in a couple of opportunities, casting a few of their teams. But that's it. It's week number 2. We have predictions up. You can go ahead and wager a little bit to see which way this is all going to shake out. You never know. We have the stats that we have, and that's really, it's just 1 week. That's the big thing. We have 1 week's worth to go off of. It could be totally different. It could have been maybe a hiccup for Emerald at the beginning. You could be not those guys. Maybe they had a great matchup. It could be one way or the other. Nomeo, he got us to 10. Let's go. I'm excited for it. It should be a good night. Like I said, all 3 matchups tonight they're all tier 3. They're all 1 division away from each other. It was this close to having an inter-division series tonight, so you get a lot of information on opponents and how it could go for you later on in the circuit. But alas not. We are still going to get some good Rocket League action coming though. I am excited for it, Nomeo. I think it's going to be good. Try to get hydrated and such before we get going into it. It is that beautiful time of the year. Spring allergies start kicking. They start coming in. You know, it's super fun and good. So if you hear any sniffles and such, my apologies for that ahead of time. We'll work to get it through. I do have some couple of like cough drops and stuff. I got some water. It should be good. We should be able to make it a little easier on me, hopefully. Hey, let's go, King Crew. I love it. I like to see the energy. Glad to have you here as well. And V Freak, what's up? How's it going, my friend? Glad to see you back here as well, V Freak. I got a couple of people coming in. Bananas. I get it. I am casting though, so I can't do that. We'll talk about it maybe later. Although I do need to, as I'm like looking at this, I think next time I change this overlay, we're gonna put the stream chat up just for the YouTube. So remember, everybody, if you're looking for the matchups after they happen and in higher quality, you can find them over at my YouTube channel. It's very much a work in progress. I'm trying to learn video editing. I'm trying to get like caster reels and stuff put together, and this is kind of my foot in the door intro to it, and I'm excited to see where it goes from there. Some Crown Peach and Berry Sprite. Actually sounds really good, Nomeo, I'm not gonna lie. I have 3 tonight, Pisha. We got a triple header. Also, hi, Pisha. Pisha tagged me in our team chat right before I went live asking if, or no, Regis did, asking if we wanted to get some games in, but I'm here with y'all. Sheesh, you know it, Pisha. I always do 3 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sign up for 3 at least. All right, we do have a few of the first players coming on into the lobby. The prediction's one-sided. Very, very likely, yes. I got you, Peach. I got you, Peach. Just taking a look at the lobby, making sure everything is good to go. Make sure the players are correct. We've got Toast, Hemgwin. Hopefully, I might trip over that. My apologies if I do. And then Bacon Dude. Looking to see who all is coming in. It looks like we're waiting on not those guys to pop on into the lobby. Got you, Peach. I got you. Taking a look at it. It is very one-sided. Team Flamosity has 69 in favor, and not those guys with 1,370. We got 5 minutes left or so for the prediction. If anybody wants to go in, I'm not going to say who to vote for, but there is certainly a line. There is very much a potential payoff if Emerald were to take the win, but we're going to find out in a sec. We have everybody in the lobby. I'll give the players the go-ahead. Whoops. If I can spell correctly, I just misspelled GLHF. I don't know how I pulled that off. We do have them all ready to go. They are joining into their teams. We're going to head down to the pitch for a match, or game number 1 of match number 1 between Team Flamosity Emerald and not those guys. Not those guys are going to score right off the bat. And they're going to pick up a kickoff goal. It's Cody coming in with that little bit of a speed flip. And to get past the opposition, I'll turn the volume up just a touch. I do turn the volume way down when I play after casts. That should be a little bit better there. Intellect was promised pizza and never got it. I'm sorry to hear that, Intellect. That's a disappointing turn of events. Hopefully, experience here tonight won't be disappointing. Although, if you are a fan of Team Flamosity Emerald, I'm not going to say disappointing just yet. They did give up that initial goal coming in from the opposition, but they're fighting back, looking to continue and to fight into this series. There is the bug in the Indy Gaming League website, as a couple folks are familiar with, where teams have been registered or given losses due to a hiccup. It's all good. So we are looking at 0-1 versus 1-0 in terms of season records. Open lobby action, if this is a sweep, potentially. We'll see how it goes, Bananas. I can see it happen. And what's up, Cryos? Happy to see you here again. We're at game number 1 of the first series of the night between Team of Flamosity Emerald and not those guys. Team Flamosity have been making their way around the indie scene, have a few teams in a couple of different leagues. Not those guys. They're just not those guys. They're just different. They're just built different. They're looking to try to pick up a little bit different angle on the attack there. Will be sent away by the defense of Team Flamosity. Hero J is going to try to pick one up here, but a quick shot coming in. It'll be an equalizer here from Team Flamosity Emerald. I'm 100% honest, I had to do double checks. I skimmed through names onto these teams earlier to make sure I was familiar with it, and it's just hitting me now. Hero and J. We've seen him a couple of times this season already. I saw V-Freak on the list as well, and suddenly everything's coming together. I understand now. Understand. We have this threes team that they're a part of here with not those guys. Not those guys will be back on the defense. Emerald giving up a goal 1 second into the game, but have fought back. They've kept it relatively pinned back over into the orange zone. Got to do a little bit more, though. A great chase down attempt onto the goalie. We will follow through as well. Bacon Dude putting it up out of the ceiling. Cody gets the clear, but Penguin's there. Won't be able to put it quite on target, but he will force not those guys back into defense. The Freak doesn't have enough boost to chase it down. Toast will go for it. Bit of an awkward angle. Bacon Dude as well. Cody is going to find the pass over to the middle to DeFreak. Picks up the second goal for not those guys. is attributed to Cody continuing through with the play, working his way through the corner. As the defenders were there looking to make plays on it, but could not quite get the touches they were looking for. Nana's got a defender, open lobby, undefeated record. Respect, respect. Halfway through game one, I'd see another opportunity coming in from not those guys. Hero and Jay trying to go for a little bit of a hook shot off the bounce. Penguin gets the save. And a follow-up touch on defense as well. Penguin taking to the skies to get past the midfield line. As Team Flamosity Emerald are going to look for this equalizer. They're going to look to get off on the good foot, and the passing play from Penguin to Bacon Dude will certainly lend some credence to that argument. Very similar to the previous goal scored in the game, working their way through the corner. Cody with a bit of an inadvertent touch. He's just trying to run interference ahead of the offensive squad. Will be knocked back over to the mid. We'll be all tied up, about 2 minutes left, game one. Both teams picking up a couple of goals. The Freak nearly finding a gap in the defense, but Penguin gets back just at the last moment to pick up the save. And suddenly the defense of Team Flamosity Emerald frantic, looking to get their way. They will have a little bit of an open up here. The Rebel Flame, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoyed the Winking Gecko. Hope you've had a good Thursday. Thanks for coming. Penguin with a bit of a side flip, looking to get back into that shadow defense. Hero and Jay trying to pop it up past the defense as well, looking to throw a wrinkle in the rotations. Big Dude will get the pre-jump onto the Freaks, clears. Team Flamosity Emerald, they were pinned rather far back on defense. They made their way out. Not those guys with a staunch defensive effort of their own to keep us tied up 2-2. We're below 75 seconds left in game number one. Cody going for the redirect, couldn't quite make contact. Big Dude with the deep and clear to set up a Team Flamosity Emerald up on offense. The 60-second mark is upon us. And Hero and Jay might put the exclamation point on it. Will find the far post just a bit. But still on target, still putting it in from deep. Not those guys taking the lead. Just about a minute to go. Game one had been very heavily back and forth throughout the midfield. A couple of established possessions on opposite ends. But Hero and Jay with the lob up over the top may be the difference maker unless Team Flamosity Emerald can find one deep in game one. But the Freak is going to make it a little bit more difficult. As we'll get the pass downfield from Hero and Jay, a great outlet from not those guys. They will take the 2-goal lead. 45 seconds left. Off the instant kickoff, it will go dangerously into the not those guys zone. Penguin following through and will get a goal on it. Touch too long off the clock for Bacon Dude to be credited with an assist, but still, I'm sure they're not going to care too much, bringing it back within a 1. 39 seconds to go. We're going to have to make some magic happen, and off the kickoff, we're going to make that just that little bit harder. Cody slowing it down to the midfield, gets it past Bacon Dude, but Toast rotating through. Toast, Bacon, Penguin. Doesn't really match the naming scheme, unless Penguin is a breakfast delicacy somewhere. We'll have 15 seconds to work it through midfield. Toast with possession, goes for the pinch. Hero and Jay is going to get a touch on it, but not enough behind it. Cody with an excellent demo onto Bacon Dude to open up room. And Hero and Jay is going to put it off the post. It will not be on, but this may be enough. Penguin getting demoed. The physicality coming in clutch at the end. The ball pinched up at the 0-second mark. The Freak elevating, puts it towards target, and it will hit the dirt. Not those guys take game one in a very well-fought match so far. Game one going the way of not those guys. They opened up a multiple goal lead right at the end, and it will end up being close. Cody also rocking the alligator profile pick. You gotta love it. Respect. And again, a lot of that built on the offense of not those guys. They've put 9 shots on Emerald still registered 5 along with a trio of saves, but still so much pressure coming in from not those guys. They force Emerald back into their own half and force them to make full pitch plays rather than having more of a set, set half rotations type of thing. So see if Emerald can work their way out of it here in game number 2, try to tie up the series. Off the kickoff, we'll get early pressure from Emerald. Penguin trying to find an angle out of the corner. Hero and Jay gets the save. And we'll actually drop pass it over to Cody. Toast coming in on the challenge. But a touch too late. Although the start of game 2 is certainly better here for Team Flamosity than game 1. Although Cody had pulled a speed flip rather out of nowhere to start off the series. You don't quite see them as much in tier number 3. And Cody says, you know what, I don't even need the speed flip this time. I'm just going to follow through in the midfield. Gets the pop-up over to DeFreak. And following through off the little bit of a give and go coming in from not those guys. And granted, it took 29 times as long in game 2 to score. Still, the initial lead goes to not those guys. Nearly an extension of said lead. Inflamosity Emerald for the moment will survive. This will be dangerous. Toast needs to get a pass, but Hero and Jay will come through. Toast did not have too much in the way of options there. As you can tell, he was trying to get it back over to the other corner. To drop that a little bit low. Did what he could to keep it out of harm's way, but Hero and Jay reading it ahead of time, diving in, picking up a 7-second goal for not those guys. Freak might actually just get ahead of one on here. I was grabbing a little bit of water, and DeFreak is forcing me back into the action. Bacon Dude is trying to get the passing play up over to Toast, but DeFreak, not necessarily an ego challenge, but certainly an aggressive play. And will get the deep shot. Not those guys. 57 seconds into game number 2. Already a trio of goals on the board. Team Velocity Emerald have not seen too terribly much of the offensive half, though it has been only a minute and change. Nearly a demo there from Bacon Dude. I'd love to see that rotation coming through, trying to take the ball carrier out of the game. We'll be back on defense for the moment. Cody putting it off the post. Toast with possession. A bit of a heavy touch, but looking to corral it. Will miss it. Looked like he was hunting for a bump for a second. Bacon Dude coming through on the rotation. We'll get a couple of ensuing challenges. Penguin with a little bit of a slower play. Pops it up past 1, past 2. Puts it onto the back wall. Toast will play it over to the corner, but Bacon Dude will elevate up. DeFreak in the vicinity as well. Neither player able to get full contact. The battle starting to take to the skies after not those guys taking a couple of lower shots. We'll see it pinched back over to the corner as well. Hero and Jay looking to take possession. DeFreak will come through. We've seen the give and go before. A little bit more extended this time, but Hero and Jay's shot wide. This may set up a transition here for Team Flamosity, but Cody with the challenge forces Penguin back into the net. Hero and Jay recovering incredibly well to rotate back through. Get that play past their opponent, getting closer to halftime here in game 2. After a 1-goal difference in game number 1, we're looking at 3 goals in only the first half of game 2. Not those guys continuing to heat up. They're putting on the pressure. They're putting on these challenges. They haven't had to spend too terribly much time back on defense. Bacon Dude looking to change that up a little bit. Trying to get the follow-up pre-jump as well. Won't quite be able to hit it. This may be a little bit awkward. Challenge up by Penguin. Hero and Jay looking to center it mid. Nobody will be there for the moment. Cody comes through. All 3 members of Team Flamosity Emerald back in the corner. They will spread out as they head down the pitch. Hero and Jay will be the one to make contact with it. Toast looking to drop it low Cody. This might actually just ring around the rosy a little bit, and Penguin's gonna find a pocket full of splash. Could not rhyme that off the top of my head. I've failed, y'all. I'm sorry. But Team Flamosity Emerald finding the back of the net. Just under 2 minutes to go here in game number 2. We saw the comeback in game 1 ultimately fall a little bit short. They'll have to do it a little quicker here in our second game, but they are starting to show some life once they get up into the offensive zone. Cody trying to pick one off here quickly. Hero and Jay with the stop pop to the side will go a little bit wide, but more pressure developing from not those guys. The Freak trying to go for the drop pass down over. This one is going to be a touch wide. It hits the post. Hero and Jay saved by Penguin. And the frenetic defense for Team Flamosity Emerald continues. They have to work it out of their half. Less than 90 seconds, a 2-goal difference. The Bacon Dude is going to keep it at 2 goals, saving the Freak shot. Cody looking for another opportunity. The Freak maybe getting the soft pop towards net and an awkward arc on the ball towards it. The defense can't quite get there in time. The Freak with the change-up shot. You can see Penguin looking, expecting a little bit more power on that touch. The Freak will dribble that one in. No, we all agreed it's very fast-paced coming out from not those guys. I mean, I've seen if they get caught out on the offensive end, Team Flamosity Emerald have been able to come through and get some challenges up on offense, partly because not those guys do extend rather far forward, but they are playing faster, so it is kind of a natural progression as the series goes. Also, welcome, Owl. Glad to see you here. In Game 2 of our first series of the night, the Freak with an exclamation point on it, picking up the hat trick. This Penguin was trying to get that challenge through. Bacon Dude gets caught going for boost. The Freak will take advantage of the opportunity. Penguin getting a bit of revenge there on the Freak, picking up the demo off the kickoff. 40 seconds left, and they need 4 goals to bring it to overtime, let alone a tied series. They will have to pick up the aggression. They will fairly certainly be going to a 2-0 series in favor of not those guys, as they'll look to move to 2-0 on the season. Again, bug with the scoreboard. They will take time off the clock. No, Cody's going to drop it down over to DeFreak. Cody picking up the playmaker. DeFreak already with the 4 goals. He doesn't pick up an additional hat trick. We do see the playmaker coming into it. Not those guys. They're clicking. They may not be those guys. They might be the pal, the buddy. I am brain farting on the words in that reference. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. There we go. Sometimes my memory comes back. I'm not that old yet. So clock strikes 0. DeFreak is going to put this one towards target and will find the back of it. It's very strong game number 2 from not those guys. A lot of it coming off the back of the speed of this orange trio. They're coming in and challenging. They're picking and choosing their challenges as well when they're deep upfield. But a lot of the challenges are getting into it so quickly that even if it's not necessarily a quote-unquote wise challenge, it still works out well. Not those guys taking advantage of it. DeFreak with 5 goals on 7 shots. A very strong effort from the Not Those Guys players. They will sub in. DeFreak is going to take a spot on the bench. V-Freak coming in. DeFreak and V-Freak might be a little bit confusing in the name. Make it easy for me to keep casting. But Team Flamosity Emerald, when it comes to the individual challenges, they're not doing too poorly. Even with the scoreline that we saw there in game number 2, it's the consecutive challenges, the follow-ups, where not those guys are getting to it just that little bit quicker. And if you could string together 2, 3, 4 challenges in a row where you maintain possession of it, it just makes it so difficult for your opponents. And not those guys are playing that style to a T. They might switch it up a little bit here. Penguin picking up the goal 3 seconds in. Bacon Dude is going to get a Goomba onto Hero and Jay. He tries to recover to get back into position, but will not be able to do so. Team Flamosity Emerald with their first lead of the series very shortly here into Game 3. Hater is old. Don't let him lie to you. That's true, Owl. That's true. I mean, in esports terms, I'm old. In like life, I'm still very young. A lot of physicality coming out here in the orange zone as well. Team Flamosity Emerald still looking for another goal to try to extend their lead. We'll see an outlet here from Not Those Guys. Cody looking for the shot. It will be saved initially, but Hero and Jay creeping up along the midfield will find the bounce off the ground. As Cody did put this one very nearly on target. Didn't quite get the angle on it, but Hero and Jay saw the play develop, came through, and tied us back up. One of the more interesting ones there is the demo coming out on the kickoff. The director cam wants us to see nice and close. Cody will get the speed flip onto it. That's twice now we've seen it coming out from the Not Those Guys captain. Doing just enough to throw the opposing kickoff. Opposing player off kilter just for the moment. It's Not Those Guys retake the lead. Still in the first minute of game number 3. Time for Emerald to come back, so do gotta update the scoreboard. My apologies, chat. We'll get batted around here in the blue zone. Hero and Jay looking to get a drop towards the net. He will actually put this one on target. At first, I was interested to see if he was going to go for a pass to the mid or not, but he did drop that one straight down. Team Velocity still looking to get it out of their zone. Penguin's going to get a great challenge, arcing it towards the net. Toast will come through on the pre-jump challenge, but it goes just off to the side. Cody looking to take advantage, gets a beautiful air dribble to try to get over to Hero and Jay, but a touch too far on the possession. It will be pounced upon by Team Velocity Emerald. Inadvertent back pass from Toast. Cody looking to intercept it, Penguin there. As Emerald are keeping this within 1 for the moment. We saw the first 3 goals of the game scored in the first 40 seconds. Time continuing to tick away. We are seeing saves coming out from Emerald, but not as many shots. We might see one here. Bacon Dude catching the pass from Toast. We'll go for the delayed challenge there. Cody gets it past Penguin. Will not get it past Toast. A quick challenge back. Team Velocity Emeralds looking for that equalizer, still trying to keep this series alive. They will be fighting back from this deficit. Bacon Dude looking to get that equalizer. And V-Freak coming in on the challenge. And we'll get pinched back over to the orange net. Bacon Dude just taking a really good lineup on that challenge. So it would have been awkward for the defense. Either way, V-Freak trying to go for the scoop from the side to force it out of harm's way. Just a little bit too much bravado coming in from Team Velocity Emerald. And just before halftime, we will be tied again. Toast looking to try to get the lead back for Team Velocity. Will be stymied off by the defense. V-Freak looking to get a little bit of action going themselves. We'll get the pass over to Hero and Jay. Shot saved by Toast. Exactly at the halfway point here of game number 3. Big Dude with the challenge onto Cody. Will send this back over to the orange zone. Bacon Dude trying to get the follow-up. Will not be able to get the recovery. Hero and Jay looking to dish and dime their way past the midfield line. He might end up with an assist here too if Cody can get the shot off, but he'll be challenged immediately by Toast. Hero and Jay will slow it down for the moment. Some possession play coming out from Not Those Guys. Penguin says no. Immediately gets the demo to throw the ball back into the frenzy that we've seen before. Bacon Dude looking for the pre-jump onto it. Nearly an opportunity for Team Velocity. Penguin looking to create one here in the midfield. With the backflip into the follow-up touch. Hero and Jay dropping it low. More possession coming out for Hero. Gonna look for this hook shot as well. Potentially a pass over to the mid. And Bacon Dude is going to get in the way of it. The possession from Cody, not quite enough on the flick, but still dangerous for the defense. And Penguin trying to find the gap in the midfield from Not Those Guys. And Cody will get back to it in time. 90 seconds to go, still tied. Getting closer and closer to what may be the difference here in the game. V-Freak taking the shot, Toast picking up the save. Will continue to battle here in the blue zone. Hero and Jay onto the back wall. Cody will not make contact. Toast will rotate through to put it off to the side of Hero and Jay. Next touch. It's going to be a slow roller in front of the net. V-Freak will not be able to pre-flip into position, but he will leave this for Cody out of the back wall. And rotation back from Hero and Jay. We've seen so far this series the aggressive posturing from Not Those Guys. And in a moment where it may have secured them the series, they did rotate back. See a trip into offense here for Team Velocity. Quickly stymied away. Cody challenged immediately by Bacon Dude. And Hero and Jay is going to find the shot just inside the near post. After the bounce coming up off of the back wall, Cody getting the follow-up read on the challenge. Hero and Jay reading the bounce. And the bat symbol flares one more time with 39 seconds left. Emerald are going to go for, it might have been a bit of a fake kickoff. It could have been a miscommunication. Hero and Jay is going to pick up a hat trick in the process. This one going in off the kickoff to bring the lead up to 2 for Not Those Guys. Be 37 seconds away from picking up a sweep here in week number 2. They took week 1 3-0 over their opponents, Latin 7 Orange, looking to do so here. This Team Flumosity Emerald, they have something for the colors, or the fruit / gemstones. They're putting it on display here as well. The pass coming in from V-Freak. Cody will get the shot on target as well as the goal. Just a nice little layup there from V-Freak, getting over to their captain. And we will see the TG's coming out. Controllers issue coming in for Team Flumosity Emerald. We will have the clock run out here. And the series will go to Not Those Guys in 3. And a very hard-fought series between these two squads. Obviously, Not Those Guys picking up the win. But it was hard-fought. They had a few challenges in a row that went their way. And push on. I'm not going to take anything about it because they did pick up several goals. There's no doubt about it. Because my mouse is just not working. Oop. My mouse didn't work, so I did it a little bit too late. But Series 1 in the books. Not Those Guys taking the series in 3 over Team Flumosity Emerald in a very hard-fought series. I can't take anything away from the players in this. Team Flumosity, they very much made it competitive. It's when Not Those Guys got some momentum behind them that it really started opening up in their favor, and they were able to put that offense on and deliver the pressure. And I do say GG's, I fully do think that it was a good series. I would like to see a potential rematch coming in later in the season, potentially playoffs, depending on how it goes out. Team Flumosity continue to hunt for that first win, and Not Those Guys pick up their second sweep of the season. That'll be it for the first series of the night. Thanks, folks, for having me on. Captains will get an email asking for feedback to the cast. Would very much appreciate it if you'd fill that out. I do read them. I do take into account the comments, and I try to make all of this just a little bit better every time. With that said, Series 1 in the books.